It's Wendy, Jeremy, and Mona.
Yeah,
on a
the
pink
three of
bench
us.
in Wolfville.
Trying to stay warm.
It's a brisk morning here this this May, what is it, May
12th.
Hopefully it's going to be the first of many pink bench interviews. The pink bench
Can
interviews.
see a little bit of the pink bench.
A little bit. And who's in behind us there? Mona. When setting up the ghost walks, I walked into many of the businesses asking what made Wolfville special and if they knew any cool stories. And it was Rick Daniels at the market who told me about Mona Parsons for the very first time. Her contribution to the war. She was a heroine who didn't ever fire a gun or wear a uniform, but her story is remarkable. The way, she escaped the Nazis concentration camp. All the stories right on the interpretive sign right there. We've been telling her tale at the end of the Ghost Walk for 10 years now, but now that she has Main Street exposure, I think that's great because more people are going to be aware of this amazing woman. Now, were you aware of Mona's story before the work of Andrea Hill Lear? Because she did a play and she wrote a book on the subject.
In the late 90s.
Yeah,
yes.
Were you aware of Mona's story prior to Andrea?
Only minimally, because my father, who grew up in Wolfville, was one of the North Nova Scotia Highlanders that she encountered.
No way.
Yeah, on the border, and in fact, I have a copy of the letter that he wrote home to his father,
explaining, "Hey, we found this remarkable person."
Well, just saying, you'll never guess who I just saw, and actually, in his youthful expression, he said, "She looks a little worse for wear." So people that complain about how emaciated the statue looks, I'm like, it's for real, folks.
Well, a week ago, there was a huge gathering here, and she was talked about. 4 years, essentially, of being in a concentration camp. One of those years, solitary confinement, it would just mess with your emotions and everything. We have no idea. After researching her and being so involved with getting Mona on Main Street here, who's she to you?
Well, she was many things to many people. My aunt used to talk about her as a dance teacher. So she would come home to visit from glamorous New York and teach the local teens how to social, ballroom dance. My aunt never forgot that generosity. To me, I guess the essence is what the sculptor Nestal Prem de Boer talked about. Mona was essentially an ordinary woman who was called upon to do something extraordinary, and she did it with grace. She didn't have to join her husband in hiding those airmen. That wasn't something that needed to happen to them, but it needed to happen, and they went for it. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what you ask yourself is, should the circumstances dictate, could I be that brave? And that's a question for all of us to ask ourselves.
Yeah, when you read those stories, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully we never know.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Why is it important to remember Mona on Main Street? Why is it important to have a sculpture?
Well, there's a long history of trying to commemorate this woman who lived among us. We tried various options, naming a street, naming a park.
Yeah, so will this suffice now? Is there an effort to get a park or a street made now?
No.
Okay.
It would have cost a lot less. And the fact that it's here is because it aligns so perfectly with the very traditional war memorial on the other side of the lawn. And I think they pair really well.
Well, I think it was very important when he explained the difference between a sculpture and a statue, right?
Yeah.
A statue, that one there is kind of like representative or is a person, right? Vernon Smith there at the waterfront, it kind of looks like him, where there was no photo of Mona at the time. And so this sculpture, I think, is capturing her essence a little bit more so.
Yeah, it is supposed to be the moment of her experiencing freedom again.
Well, I heard from that this oak tree that Mona is behind was an acorn from a soldier that returned from World War I.
Yeah.
So that's a nice connection too. Do you know who the soldier was?
Yes.
I guess my question is, are you the go-to source for all things Annapolis Valley?
Oh, no. I just love this town.